Shane Warne, the greatest leg spin bowler that ever lived. He's taken more test wickets than anyone. He's probably going to end up with 700 at the end of this Ashes series. So many reasons why he is one of the greatest cricketers of all time, starting with his art of leg spin, the amount he turns the ball.
Yep, it's quite incredible, believe me. He probably doesn't spin the ball as much now as he used to, but anyone that remembers his first ever ball in Ashes cricket, particularly Mike Gatting, he'll never forget it, will know that this is no ordinary bowler and no ordinary amount of spin put on the ball. You know, who'd ever forget Gat's face as he thought he'd completely covered the ball up and he pitched a foot outside leg stump and hit the top of his off. And that kind of announced Shane Warne to the world, and he's built on that ever since.
Shane Warne, his variety, leg spin, googly, zooter, flipper, anything else you can think of, the variety and the amount of balls he's worked on throughout his career.
Yeah, well, he's worked on a few balls, that's for sure. You know, Shane has an enormous amount of variety. Again, not as much as he used to. You know, this is one of the things. He will come out at the beginning of the series and say, oh, you know, listen, I've worked on 3 new balls for the England batsmen. They're not going to be able to pick me. It's nonsense. You know, this could be point 2 and 3. Number 1, yes, he does have variety. Number 3, psychologically, he makes it think like he can bowl 17 different balls and over. He can't. He bowls probably 2 balls, one that goes straight on and one that is of varying degrees of leg spinner. But that's also what makes him great, because he has the variety, or he used to have the variety. Now he makes you think he's got the variety. So not only is he a very fine bowler, he's a very, very clever man too. You know, one of the things about Shane is that regardless of whether or not he's on his top form with the ball in his hand on a particular day, he'll always be chirping away at you, making little comments about your technique, maybe, you know, inviting you to run down the wicket and slog you out the park, maybe putting all the fielders on one side of the pitch to try and make you hit it on the other side. He will try anything in his power to be able to make you make a mistake and to end up one up on you. And again, his record tends to suggest he does it pretty well.
Shane Warne, I interviewed him last year and I asked him what he wanted his legacy to be, and I thought he was going to say to be thought of as the greatest leg spin bowler of all time. He said, I want to be remembered as somebody who never ever gave up, and he is incredibly competitive. He does not think it's over till, and he didn't think the Oval Test match was over till the bails were off and England had been declared the winners.
No, indeed. You know, he is a terrific competitor, a real sort of vicious winner's streak in him. And you know, that is something that he will be remembered for. When you played in a team for as long as he has and played alongside those guys, what you're after from them is the respect. You know, you want them to respect you for the way that you wouldn't give up and the way that you would always be battling hard, trying to win test matches from Australia. And I think, you know, without any doubt that he's earned that respect from his fellow players and also from you know, the guys that play against him around the world as well.
Shane Warne, the legend. I was on holiday last year with my son and my nephews, 5 boys aged 10 and under. They all wanted to bowl leg spin. They all wanted to be Shane Warne. They've all watched Shane Warne. There was none of this, oh, he's Australian, therefore we can't support him because we're English. They just love Shane Warne. They love the fact that he is so open, that he'll come on TV and do interviews, that he'll go on coaching sessions and show people how to bowl leg spin, and that his aura means that, you know, he is one of the great legends of the game, isn't he? If you like, although he's Australian, he wants Australia to win, sometimes he sort of transcends that national boundary.
Well, without any doubt. You know, kids want to be Shane Warne. He stood and signed autographs for 2 hours at the end of a Sunday League game when he was playing for Hampshire last year. And then that's the sort of the mark of the guy. Yes, you know, he's a terrific bowler, terrific competitor, but there's also a very human side to him as well. You know, he's somebody that anyone could be. You know, anyone could be Shane Warne. He was like a podgy fat lad that used to spend all his time down the beach and turned himself into one of the great bowlers in the entire world. So everybody can sort of relate to him in some way. He gets himself into trouble. He's a bit daft from time to time. You know, everybody loves him for that. Yeah. He could bowl a great leg spinner too.
He's rethatched his head.
Yeah.